Hi YouTube, welcome to my newest psychic reading, and today we're doing a tarot extravaganza. Thank you all for listening and watching. If you don't know, if you're new to my channel, tarot extravaganza is basically when I read more than one person in the same reading. So sit back, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab a blunt. I don't know what you're into, right? Although I'm not really, it is legal here in Virginia, this marijuana. I'm not necessarily a blunt smoker, but I do enjoy partakeage, right? Anyways, not in this video though. Thank you for listening and watching. If you would like a reading from me, I am available for personal readings and I would love to read for you. So check out my website. The link is supposed to be on here, but we have all these people on here, but I'm the most important right now. So if you would like a reading from me, check out my website. Actually, let me pull it up on the screen so I can refer to it. Give me a second. There is the link right here, on right here, right there. All right, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to your ancestors and spirit guides. I do past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives, because I believe we have more than one past life, right? I also do natal chart, birth chart readings if you want to learn about your sun, your moon, your rising, and all other placements. I also do, of course, psychic tarot readings, candles, and so much more. Follow me on my Instagram as well, my Facebook, my YouTube. Subscribe, follow my Twitch, my TikTok, my Vimeo, my Patreon. Thank you all for my patrons. Love you all. Also, make sure that you follow me on my podcast on Apple, Google, Anchor, Spotify, and more. Be mindful that there is a scam. I guess the scammers, I don't know, the Instagram scammers love me so much. I think I may make my Instagram page private though. So if you want to start following me, you may have to, I may have to, sift through the people, because there's this thing going on Instagram, and it's on no other platform. I don't know why, but on Instagram people love, and it's not just me, it's other good tarot readers, good astrologers, good psychics, right? Accurate astrologers and psychics, who are being scammed, and the thing on Instagram is they will steal all your content or most of your content on your Instagram page, duplicate it on their page. Usually they'll have a similar name to yours, so my name on Instagram is at Lamarr Townsend Tarot. No asterisks, no special, like marks or anything like that, just straight Lamarr Townsend Tarot. What the scammers like to do is they'll add Lamarr Townsend Tarot, but then like an underscore at the end, or Lamarr Townsend Tarot with an S at the end, to confuse people, to make it think you're like it's me, but it's not. And then what they'll do is they'll message you, or they'll message my followers and ask them if they want a reading, which is not normal practice for me or any other reputable psychic or tarot reader that I know, or astrologer that I know. We and I specifically would never email you, DM you, message you for a reading ever, to ask you if you want a reading. The only way to get a reading from me, the only way and the official way to get a reading from me is via my website right here, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. It is a safe, reputable website. It is a website that I pay for with my own hard-earned money. It is a website that I have kept, upkept. It is a website that I have built on my own, so I know exactly what's going into it. I don't have any help. I'm a one-man show. So I just wanted to put that out there. Beware of the scammers. It is this new era that we're in, so I'm not sure. So not just me, but also you, beware of being scammed, but like people impersonating you, or, things of that nature. Because I don't think it's just going to be the tarot spiritual community. I think eventually they're going to probably realize that we're not easy, to kind of impersonate and then move on to other people. So anyways, I say all that to say, let's go ahead and get into this tarot extravaganza. I feel like I need to drink some wine or something, alright, because there's just a lot going on over here. Anyways, I've got to do my job. Let's go ahead and get right into this reading. I think we're going to start with Andy Cohen. Alright, you guys, so here we are, ready to do a reading. Doesn't it feel like you're almost sitting right next to me in this chair right here? And we're both having tea. I have my tea here. This is a psychic tea with my usual ingredients. If you want to actually learn the ingredients I usually put in my psychic tea, I have a video and I'm gonna try and put it in the bottom. But it's about a tea blend that you can make from simple ingredients at home to open your third eye. So if I don't post it, if I don't remember to post it, because I just have so many things going on in my mind. I have clients, I have this, I have that. I have a whole home to take care of, a whole cat to take care of. You just saw, right? So, anyways, if I don't remember to post it, just look up Lamarr Townsend Third Eye Opening T, and hopefully that'll come up. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and get into Andy Cohen. I don't know if you know about Andy Cohen, but he's been having his own drama. His show, Watch What Happens Live, hasn't been as popular as it used to once be. Also, there's issues with the housewives, and there's rumors about him being fired allegedly. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Him being fired and then not being fired, so it's like, what's going on with Andy Cohen? And then I actually recently, the real reason why I'm doing them, I'm not going to put my client out there, but I had a client a few days ago, because it was a few days after my birthday, I want to say, because he wished me happy birthday. It's actually a client that comes to me quite often. So, hey, client, if you're watching, you know who you are. Anyways, my birthday is December 27th, and it's January 4th right now, or 5th. Anyways, the client at the end of the reading was like, oh, by the way, can you do a reading on Andy Cohen? And I was like, what's going on with Andy Cohen? I mean, I haven't done a reading on him. I thought about him in a long time. So then the client caught me up to what was going on with him. And I was like, ooh, child, we have to do Andy Cohen. So here we are doing Andy Cohen. Thank you to that client. I mean, I did reading on Andy Cohen a while ago, and I do remember saying that there were changes coming up for him, but that was like a while ago. That may have been like over the summer of 2020 or even 2019. I don't exactly remember, but let's just go ahead and get into the reading. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck from any past readings. In the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, and amen. Ooh, child. Okay, now you can see that this tea is a little hot, but I need to take a little sip. Like, I just need it. Give me a second. Really good, you guys. Mm-mm-mm. And then I have the little metal tea ball in there, so you can get the metal tea ball usually at like a Bed Bath and Beyond or something like that, or even probably a Target or Walmart. I got mine at Bed Bath and Beyond. All right, what's coming up for Andy Cohen? What message do the spirits, angels, ancestors, and protectors have about Andy Cohen? What's coming up for Andy Cohen? What do you guys think about Andy Cohen? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's try and be as respectful as possible. We are respectful on this channel. But I know there are some opinions out there about Andy, so let me know what you think. Let's see. I get the Three of Swords as his first card. There is something where Andy is changing. I feel like maybe his public persona, his public perception is changing. It just kind of feels like one of those things also where you're entering a new maybe phase in your life, a new age in your life, and it's like, oh wait, I feel like I'm being aged out, or I feel like I'm no longer cool, or I feel like I should mature, or be a little bit more grown by now, or I should stop doing these certain things. Like there's something where I think there's a little bit of like maybe Arrested Development, but it feels more so like, oh, I'm young, I'm fun, and I can drink and party, and this is fun, this is so cool, and I can be messy, I can be this and that, but it's like not working for him as well as it used to work for him. I feel like that energy. All right, not saying he's messy or whatever. This is alleged for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so I get the Six of Cups showing up in his placement of money, finances in the home, or the money and finances. So I do feel like that he will be working and keep working. All right. We may just see him take on new jobs. I do feel like the Six of Cups. You can see the little girl. The man here is giving the girl a little ice cream, but it's like she's like, give me, give me, give me, and the man's like, really, you want this? Like, maybe how bad do you want it? Are you willing to clean this entire thing here for it, or like, it's like, what are you willing to maybe compromise, or what are you willing to do for the money? What jobs are you willing to take on for money? How bad do you need the money? Kind of thing. And then what's interesting too is the moon. The moon sticks out to me in this card, right? The full moon. Could also be a new moon. Not sure. Interesting. I get the star card showing up in his placement of communication, intellect, and the mind. I mean, I think where Andy Cohen is, he's right where he needs to be, really, in the field, in the industry. I mean, I think he's great at being a presenter. I think he's great at being a host. I think he's great with communication, great with, like, helping us as an audience to kind of get familiar with maybe someone we didn't know as well. But maybe it's a little bit of also it's about Andy. It's the Andy show versus it being about who he's who else is on the show. Interesting. All right, how does that work out in this new era that he's entering? And if you think about it, Watch What Happens Live is kind of the Andy show, to be honest with you, right? I get the Page of Cups. So I do see him entering something new. But it feels also like trying to cater to maybe a new audience, a young audience. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like we're so used to seeing him on Bravo or VH1. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we see him switch to maybe this shows up in the placement of Home and the Family. So maybe like a more family friendly environment. Maybe we start to see him host. I don't know if I can see him on ABC, but whatever. Maybe it's ABC. Maybe it's it feels like Lifetime, something like that. Like how sometimes they'll have the people who the celebrities or whatever host the Lifetime marathons. Like it kind of feels like that to me. Like it's almost like as well Andy either can be utilized, will be utilized, or allow himself to be utilized as the family. And I'm a gay man, so I can say this. Okay, I have had a little bit of white wine. Okay, I've had a little bit of Chardonnay, so maybe my tongue might be a little bit more sharp than usual. But y'all know my tongue's sharp anyway, honey. Anyway, I don't need no wine to have a sharp tongue. But it feels like there's something with Andy Cohen where like I keep like getting this energy and like I keep hearing family gay. And as someone in the gay community, the LGBTQ community, I don't consider myself just a part of the G. I think I don't consider myself trans, but I also can resonate with trans people. I kind of am into cross dressing and wearing makeup and stuff like that. So I'm qualified to say this, right? As is what I'm saying. And there's something about like there is no real gay persona out there who we can see as that's a family person, that's a family man, and this is what a gay family looks like, kind of thing. And I know he has a child, right? So I don't know why I kind of get that direction would either be good for Andy or maybe that's the direction he's going to end up moving in. I do. Speaking of family, I get family around him. Family news, huge family leaps and bounds. So I don't know if are we gonna start to see more family Andy? I would like to see that, to be honest, as a gay man once again, who also wants to have children and a husband and a home. Well, I have a home, but I mean, I want to own my home, right? Hopefully, Andy, you own your home. I don't really care about all that, but let's just see what else Spirit wants to say to you. I mean, to be honest with you, Andy, I think your career is going to be completely fine with the Ace of Cups. I think there's also potentially something coming for you that is going to be really, really good for you, actually, career-wise, work-wise, and things of this nature. All right. I think there's the issue I'm seeing maybe is like there's going to be some sort of change or shift in your social life. I think people maybe who you were once close with or cool with, maybe you get a new show and it's like, oh, call so and so, have them come on. And it's like, oh, so and so said they can't come or they don't want to come or they doing this or they doing that person instead. And it's like, oh, I thought I was their number one or I thought we were cool. Like you may have those moments moving forward. And I think these may all be signs and signals that it's time to move into a new era of your career. Um, and take on the challenge, the spiritual challenge. I think up until now it's been a fun ride. It's been a joy. It's been great memories, I imagine, from what I'm seeing spiritually. But now it's become, I've got to do the work. I've got to be better. I've got to create my true legacy. I don't think your legacy, Andy, is meant to really be the Housewives and Watch What Happens Live. It's a part of it. But I think there's something deeper here emerging. All right? All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and get into Betty White next. Andy, we wish you the best. So, of course, as you know, it's very sad. Betty White passed away the day before New Year's on 2022. She passed away, I believe, allegedly December 31st, 2021. Literally the day before New Year's of 2022. It's very sad. I grew up loving the Golden Girls once again as an LGBTQ gay man. I love the Golden Girls. I love their wit. My favorite was always B. Arthur, uh, Dorothy. But I loved all of them. I loved Blanche. I love Rose. You know, of course, I loved what do they call? Oh, Sophia's. I love Sophia. You know, I loved all of them. So it's so sad to lose the last Golden Girl, and I don't want to pull on her energy because it's so soon. You know, but I just want to see what messages does Spirit have maybe about Betty White that we can take with us as some sort of solace and closure as fans of her, right? Let's see. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck. When you pass reading, amen, amen, amen. I mean, Betty White was also an amazing actress. One thing I also remember from her, and this was a couple years ago, she did a Snickers commercial. Oh my god, that was one of my favorite commercials ever. And you have to understand that I am a student of advertising. I went to university. I went to VCU. I graduated from Virginia Commonwealth University with a degree in mass communications. My track or my specific study was creative advertising. So I thought that commercial was absolutely amazing. I don't remember when it came out, but it was really iconic. So I would look up the Betty White Snickers commercial if you haven't seen it. It's very funny. It was around their campaign about like Snickers makes you hangry or something like that. Do you guys remember that? What messages does Spirit have about Betty White? Or Snickers cures hangriness, something like that. I don't know. Not hungriness, hangriness. What message does Spirit have about Betty White? What can we take with us about Betty White, you know, as fans of her in this new year? What lessons can we learn from her life? What messages does Spirit have about Betty White? Let's see. Remember, if you guys want a reading, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. I'm available and I would love to read for you. She was a hard worker. She committed herself to her work with the Eight of Cups coming up, and she was someone that liked to challenge herself. I feel like there's something where she liked to take on challenges. It's like, oh, I've never done that type of role or that type of production, but hey, there's a first time for everything. Like, I feel like she had that kind of outlook on life, where she took the new things as a challenge, a way to challenge herself, to challenge her skills and things of that nature. All right, and I think that's also why she. Eight can also deal with time and you know things of that nature. So I think over time that's why she got better and better and better. To be honest, and to be honest, you know, if we were to like think of it, like who was the best, you know, most successful Golden Girl as they got older, it was really Betty White. To be honest with you, wow. I get the Five of Wands. This can show some money issues, maybe, or issues with personal belongings at times. Arguments, fights over things of this nature. I don't think she was a poor woman by any means of the sort, because I get the Ace of or the Ace of Pentacles showing up in her placement of home, family, the home, and things of this nature. I feel like her family, especially, most likely doesn't have to worry about anything. I don't know why I specifically see a daughter. But I'm also seeing Betty White was someone that was actually a smart businesswoman, and she understood that Hollywood was fickle in a way, or entertainment industry was fickle, maybe especially for women, especially as you aged. And there's something where I think she owned maybe a lot of properties or certain properties that I think even after her passing will continue to accrue value in some way, or has a possibility of doing so. Yeah, I don't know. Did she have children? I'm assuming she had children, or there's some sort of descendants, heirs to her that like they're not gonna have to worry about working, or like I feel like she did good for herself in her life. She was a warrior, though. I think there was something where there was a lot of doing things alone, going at it alone in Betty White's life. There was something also that there were a lot of times I'm seeing in her 30s or 40s, maybe even, where it's like, man, you know, this may be happening in my life, but at least I have a job, or you know, at least I have this passion of mine. It's like, you know, but it's like there's something about the jobs she would do in terms of entertainment or Hollywood, this passion of acting or whatever it was she you know was into outside of that, was something she did or felt it was like a lone thing. Like I have to do this alone, or no one understands. Like there's that kind of energy. She was actually very strong. She, you know, it's interesting. She played Rose, you know, but I would beg to differ. I wouldn't be surprised if Betty White was actually the strongest emotionally, mentally, obviously maybe physically, I'm not sure, on that cast. And it's interesting because we look to Dorothy as the strongest, we look to maybe Sophia as the strongest, we maybe even look to Blanche as the strongest, but really behind the scenes from what I'm seeing, it was actually Betty White. And she was the type of person where she may have gone through things, but she wouldn't wear it on her face. She wouldn't wear it on her shoulders. She wouldn't wear it on her body. She was always smiling and laughing. Meanwhile, she may have had a friend, God forbid, that passed away a few days ago, right? Wow, beautiful energy. I mean, I think when it comes to her passing, her death, I think she left on a good note, on a good mark. I don't know why I also get the energy that there could be something that comes out posthumously. Maybe something she recorded or taped, prior to passing that comes out posthumously. I think towards the end, it kind of also became I've done so much. What do I do now? How do I cement my legacy in this youth um, energy? And I think how she was able to do that was I think she had a lot of youthful people around her, a lot of people around her in terms of working for her, keeping her in the loop. Hey, buddy, there's this new thing called TikTok. We should get you on TikTok, kind of thing. Like, that's what I feel. She's like, okay, why not, kind of thing. But I feel like ultimately Betty did come to serve her purpose. Maybe there were some things she could have, learned, you know, um, sooner. I hear. Um, but whatever she didn't complete, she will take with her in her next lifetime. And I don't know why I feel like there's something about her next lifetime. There's sportiness. Like it's almost like in this lifetime as Betty White, she had to be a little bit passive, but in this next lifetime, it's like I'm sporty. I'm fighting. I'm a bit, maybe she's still a woman, but it's like I'm in my masculine energy. I'm fighting and knocking people upside their head, kind of thing. Or maybe that's literally how she was, like in her younger years. Maybe that's what I'm picking up on. But I don't know. I get something about the next life, her next lifetime. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Oh, Betty White, we love you. We send you love and light wherever you are, wherever you end up. We hope that you take us with you. All right, your wisdom, your light, your love. Thank you so much for blessing the world with Rose and all your content. Thank you so much. All right, you guys, let's just take a moment of silence for Betty White and her passing. Let's just do that. All right, you guys. We send Betty White and her family, her friends, her loved ones, her fans, love and light. And we're going to move on now to finish up this tarot extravaganza with Devon Franklin and Meagan Good. All right, so Devon Franklin and Meagan Good, they were married. They recently got divorced. To be honest, I don't know much about these two. I mean, I've been a fan of Meagan Good since I don't know. I don't know if there's a specific film I can think of that I like of hers. I know she's famous for Eve's Bayou, but I don't even know if I've really watched that movie. I think that was a little bit before my time, just a little bit. But the last movie I remember watching her in was like I don't remember what it was called, but it was a movie with was it Goldie Hawn or I think it was Farrah Fawcett, and she was dating this basketball player, and they were having this homecoming or like home warming something like that and party, and it was really I don't know what the movie was called. It was a funny movie, but it was like I don't know. Anyway, that's the last thing I remember of Meagan Good. And then she married this Devon Franklin, who I believe is a pastor. She gave us a good girl image, or you know, as her version of a good girl image, right? She's gorgeous, by the way. And then didn't she have that moment of like allegedly for entertainment purposes only, the skin bleaching kind of thing? I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and just see what's coming up for these two. You know, I am someone that believes in love, so this is sad to see someone get divorced. You know, it's always sad to see that. Thank you for cleansing and clearing the energy of this deck from any past readings. In the name of the Mother, the Daughter, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Amen, amen, and amen. What's coming? What's to come for these two after they're split, after they're divorced? What's going on with Meagan Good and Devon Franklin? What message do the angels, ancestors, and protectors have about these two? Remember, if you want a reading, LamarrTownsendTarot.com. The first card I get is the King of Pentacles. I don't know Devon Franklin's zodiac sign, but I'm wondering if was he the one to file first? Interesting. King of Pentacles can also maybe show someone being a bit controlling with money. All right. It can kind of be like the energy of, you know, I'm the money maker. You don't need to work. You know, stay home, kind of thing. Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from this King of Cups or King of Pentacles. I mean. Then you get a King of Wands. This is an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or a Taurus connected to money and finances. Why are there two men showing up? Then I get a Four of Wands. I think these two, Devon Franklin and Meagan Good, really work together well in terms of communication. There was something where I think there's also a similar upbringing or a similar background that brought these two together in some way, shape, or form. It's like, oh, you were Pentecostal growing up. I was Pentecostal too. You were Christian. I was Christian too. Like, it's bringing me back to my roots kind of thing. And I'm wondering, I'm assuming Devon Franklin has always been, you know, in this religious, rooted in religion, right? But maybe it's Meagan who kind of was like, oh, I'm going back to my roots, dating this man, right? I get a Knight of Swords, so this can also deal with family in the home. The Knight would be different from a king or queen in the sense that the Knight still has a little bit more time or energy in them to sow their oats, to get the rest of their youth out, kind of thing. I'm wondering if that was Meagan or what's his name, Devon. I'm wondering if there were issues over children. Do these two have children together? There may have been issues over that. Get the Ace of Cups, which can signify pregnancy. But it shows up in the placement of daily routine, work, job, health. So with the Ace of Cups coming up, it can be drinking. It feels more so to me like I'm wondering with the Ace of Cups can also signify pregnancy. Was there an expectation that you're the wife? You're meant to be pregnant and have my children and blah, 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 blah. But Meagan Good comes from a working background. She's used to being the actress, you know, the whatever kind of thing, right? Independent. So I don't know, I'm kind of getting there were differences in terms of the actual relationship. It's almost like, what do they say when you're working together but two people, you know, kind of creative differences? Like, it feels like that kind of thing. We both wanted different things. And I keep getting something about pregnancy, children, settling down, becoming a mom. But it's interesting. I think there may also be a side to Devon that is also like maybe a little bit hypocritical, contradictory as well. So I feel like the issue with this divorce is timing. I think there's something with timing between these two. Either it wasn't the right time for them to be together in this capacity, or there's something about there's secret things going on in the relationship conversations, you know, modes of opera, that, the timing is off with that. And it kind of feels like to me, I want a child, but the other person maybe doesn't want a child, you know? I want to settle down, stop working so much. Maybe the other person doesn't want to settle down or stop working so much. Like, there's something with that. I think there's gonna be this energy though with these two moving forward of like maybe it ended prematurely or maybe it wasn't the right time then but it's the right time now kind of thing. So I don't know. It's like we see them ending now, but we may see them get back together possibly down the line. Um, they're also like two people who are consciously aware of, oh my God, we got together, we got married, and here we are, I don't know, 5 years later, 2 years later, whatever it is, getting back together. Like, we're going to look crazy in the public eye. Like, we need to, figure ourselves out and get it together kind of thing. So, but that's what I see. Creative differences kind of thing. I think they both just wanted different things in the relationship, and there was no sense of compromise, I feel. But it is ultimately spiritually, in a sense, a timing issue. I think they're just like not on the same timeline spiritually. All right, unfortunately. And that happens in relationships. It can be a great connection, but just not the right timing, okay? All right, you guys. Thank you so much. This is the end of the tarot extravaganza. I hope you finished your drink. I hope you finished your blunt, your joint, whatever it is, your food, your snack. All right. I didn't finish my tea, but I'm going to finish it here in a bit. Thank you all for listening and watching. If you would like a personal reading from me, once again, check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. I am available for personal readings, and I would love to read for you. Remember, I do mediumship readings if you want to connect to your ancestors and spirit guides, past life readings if you want to learn about your past lives, natal chart, birth chart readings if you want to learn about your sun, moon, rising, and other placements. I also do psychic tarot readings much like this, candles, and so much more. Until the next one, love and light, God bless. And this has been the Tarot Extravaganza. We need to make some music or something like that. Anyways, I love you guys. Until the next Extravaganza.